It has been a rough and tough year for the internet personalities who have built up this, persona online of being a macho man. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you have seen that clip of Clavicular literally being put on his neck outside of a Miami nightclub.
You're under citizen arrest. You're under citizen arrest. You're under citizen arrest.
Bro said he under citizen's arrest. We on your ass, boy.
Yo, you good?
He looks so good.
Yeah,
They got him.
Man is
Don't worry
on
about
him,
it,
bro.
You finna get put on your neck too if you keep playing. And you would think that L would be the biggest one that Clavicular would take all night, but trust me, it gets so much worse. To the tune of asking, why does our Mog Prince Clavicular keep taking all of these L's in 2026? If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. If you don't subscribe, I'm gonna put you in a citizen's arrest too. I'm gonna have to hem you up too. Don't make me do that. Now, back into the video. Now, of course, you don't end up just being put on your neck without some sort of backstory. As you can see in this clip, Clavicular seems to be out at a Miami nightclub without his normal security. I don't know if it's because the costs are starting to get too high. I don't know if it's because he's smelling himself, but he's with this guy named Drago, and they are out and about, and they are allegedly having a great time before somebody comes through and removes his hat. Or at least that's the story that we've been told. That moment right there changes everything for the Mog Prince. Okay, don't put your hands up. Don't put your hands up.
Somebody now. Come on, bro.
Oh my God. Oh, no.
You pushed my boy. I'm just asking why you pushed me. I'm just asking why you pushed me. You took your hat, so you pushed me?
That wasn't the guy that took your hat.
It wouldn't take to that. Like, you couldn't be like, damn, feel me with the punch.
Real Mark.
I wouldn't punch off the rip, man. It's not that serious. It's a hat, man.
That wasn't the guy that took your hat.
Oh yeah, as a real street nigga, I know exactly what's going on right here. Clavicular gets pounded out most likely off camera, and that's the reason why they did the jiggling and jostling. I don't know what's being said in the specific clip. It's a little bit loud in the Miami nightclub, but I don't know what it is with people lately placing their hands on people's faces and not acting as if there's not gonna be some sort of consequences and repercussions. Maybe it's that
Yeah, bro, you can't be doing that shit, bro. Don't be putting your hands on people's faces because you don't know how people gonna react. They might just fuck around and crash out on you.
Or where Clavicular's been smelling himself, thinking that he could just get away with certain things. But definitely at a drunken nightclub in Miami, you can't just do that. You can't do that without somebody, taking it as some sort of disrespect. And they're gonna put their hands on you. A second confrontation does happen afterwards, but it seems as though that's the alleged victim's friend coming to his defense saying like, yo, bro, you kind of wilding, you doing too much. And being the guy who Clavicular is, he brushes that off, doesn't take it seriously, of course, and acts as though, I can do whatever I want because of who I am. But then that's where we get the situation where Clavicular is put on his neck by the man outside the Miami nightclub. This man who, if I'm not mistaken, is closely related to the person who got pushed in the original altercation with Clavicular, is this man's father. He decides he's gonna place him under citizen's arrest. And yo, them citizen's arrest people, citizen's arrest is crazy. It's the most insane thing in the world. But ultimately what he's trying to do is hold Clavicular accountable for his actions. You can't just touch somebody and then feel like you can just get away with it because, you may have some money, some status, some fame, or whatever the case may be. You're gonna get touched up. And this isn't one of those situations where the environment can be controlled. No, that's a grown-ass man saying that he's about to check you. Ultimately, the police get involved, staff members from the Miami nightclub get involved, and the whole situation gets resolved in real time at the place. But what happened in that Miami nightclub is only half of the problem. You see, when you get into a fight, you might make a group chat, you might make the conversation for the night, you might get laughed at. But when you're somebody like Clavicular who has millions of followers, millions of supporters around the world, and with that being said, also millions of haters around the world, yeah, people are gonna start clowning you. How you handle that clown?
Nah, bro, listen. This is what these streamers be doing, bro. And the Jack Doherty motherfucker does this shit too. Listen. People know that he knows that people hate him. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna buy a bunch of clippers and make them clip that shit, and just that's gonna be the talk of the town for like the week to keep him relevant. Because think about it, bro. Most people, they get like their 15 minutes of fame and then they go on about their fucking lives. never relevant ever again. But in order for these streamers to stay relevant, they have to continue to do stupid shit like this, or have situations like this happening, whether it's a positive situation where he comes out on top or a bad situation where he gets fucking citizen arrest.
Is very, very important. The last thing that you want to do is make it worse.
He's choke maxing. He's victim maxing. He's pinned maxing. He's frame mogged maxing.
See, they love talk. They're gonna be talking
Humiliation
about it
maxing. Submission maxing. Waste of steroid maxing.
Yet again, Clavicular is the joke of the week, and rightfully so. Could you imagine years of being known for being like the steroid taking, looks maxing, fitness guy, and then finally being put to the test when it comes to, I don't know, just defending yourself, standing up for yourself in a situation where like you challenged the guy originally and you can't do it? Now, obviously, and I do mean obviously, people are going to clown you. This one person says taking steroids and getting pinned down by a balding 50-year-old is the biggest oral loss ever. And I couldn't agree more. That shit is so embarrassing, gang. I think people are laughing at him most of all is because, you know, he's built this persona on saying these things, saying the N-word, talking about how he's frame maxing, mogging, whatever the case may be, getting his looks up, going to the gym, building this persona of like, yo, let's get as fit as possible. And then also, let's say the most deranged things as possible. And ultimately, I'm a big bad guy because I have security behind me. But now when I don't have security behind me and people are putting me to the test, I'm looking like a wimp. I'm looking stupid. I'm looking like a loser. I'm looking stupid in the real life.
Yeah, bro, it's looking bad for Clav, bro. He really should just learn how to fight. If he gonna be out here talking spicy to people, he should really just learn how to fucking fight. Because fucking moving around like this, getting pinned down by a fucking 50-year-old man and shit, it's fucking embarrassing, bro.
You mentioned that something in this was worse, and it's how you go about defending yourself in these situations. In the video we did about Clavicular's trip over to France, we were highlighting on this channel that Clavicular was getting clowned by the people of France because he thought he was important. He thought that people should be paying attention to him, and they just weren't. And then he went back to his computer, and instead of being objective and taking, you know, this larger look at his whole life and the things that he pushes, he decided that he was going to slander the French people. He said that they were terrible, they were ugly anyway, the women were sixes. So we know for a fact that Clavicular has a problem with taking some sort of accountability. But what he says about this situation almost made me drop my jaw to the floor. In his response to the whole him getting put on his baby neck in a Miami nightclub, he says in response to HS Tiki Taki, another frame maxing, mogging, you know, savant on the internet, I'd like anyone hating to try to have the leverage required to wrestle while wearing 3 inches of height inserts. We aren't playing the same game. Come on.
Bro, but that's what he wants. Listen, you're falling for the shit. You made a whole... I can't believe I'm defending... I'm not defending Clav, bro. I'm just saying, this shit is how this fucking internet shit works, bro. Motherfuckers would do stupid shit, have stupid shit happen to them, and then they'll react like this to get even more attention. Because at the end of the day, it's not even about the mog. It's about the money. And about getting attention.
Now, I'm no fool.
Then again,
what height inserts is he talking about? When I look at this picture from the night that he got put on his baby neck, I'm seeing regular shoes. These look like pretty flat shoes. Now, he could have 3-inch height inserts in the...
3-inch height inserts is fucking crazy. 3-inch height inserts is fucking insane, bro.
Of those shoes, 3-inch height inserts are the most insane thing in the world, though.
Bro.
Why is he casually wearing 3-inch height inserts while out at a Miami nightclub? Mind you, he has a girlfriend as well. I think one of the reasons why he would wear these 3-inch height inserts is because that one time that he got arrested and his height and weight came out, everybody on the internet was clowning him about it. So now he's running around wearing height inserts. But because this situation is so much more embarrassing, he's actually having to acknowledge the fact that he's wearing height inserts. I've never seen levels of insecurity in a man like this before, and it really needs to be studied because this is so much gender affirming.
That motherfucker is insecure, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He is insecure.
You would expect Clavicular to be some sort of trans activist, but it's crazy that he's not. Like, it's so surprising to me.
My guy actually thinks he just cooked. I had to read that for a minute over just to think, no, this guy surely did not just say, well, you should try wrestling in 3-inch high heels, man. It's fucking difficult, man. Bro, come on. That is not the comeback you think it is. Stepping out with height boosters in your feet, fucking nose job, ear job. You are a butter boy.
His friend Drago that he went to the Miami nightclub with only makes this situation worse when he decides to come online and defend it in real time. He sounds like some sort of babbling idiot, to be quite honest with you, saying that they got the best outcome of this situation because of the 3-inch height. What the fuck does that even mean?
Clav showed as much restraint as humanly possible, and he's still getting shit on it. And also, it's extremely hard to wrestle when you're wearing fucking inserts. Come on, bro, like the 3-inch inserts, you guys gotta think about that. What are we talking about? Yeah, no, we genuinely got the best outcome, I'm pretty sure.
I would expect a dork to hang out with a dork. So this honestly checks out.
Nah, of course he's gonna glaze, bro. That's his meal ticket. That's his war daddy, bro.
Disgusted, but not surprised. What's funny is that there are so many more tolerable excuses for this situation. You know, you could put off that you were drunk. You could say that you're not a fighter. Like, there's so many things that would have made this situation sound so much better. But using the excuse that you had 3 inches in you is so disgustingly nasty. I really don't even know what to say about Clavicular and his response to this whole situation. Like, you're probably asking yourself, why are people so ready to call this another Clavicular L? Now, mind you, he's clavicular after all. People do hate him, but there's something a little bit more to this. And it's really because there's this pattern
The
recognition
Foids hate him, bro.
that's been going on with him for the past few months. And ultimately, the chickens are coming home to roost. And I think a lot of people are seeing the reality on Clavicular in real time.
I haven't had alcohol in a long time.
Your outfit sucks.
Sorry about that. I hate to disappoint you.
I talked about Clavicular going to France on this channel a couple of weeks ago, and what it highlighted is that he's just not this big and bad guy that he at least appears to be online. The persona doesn't match the IRL experience of it all. When he went to France, people ridiculed him terribly so. They made fun of him for the way that he looks, the way that he dresses, the way that he walks around with security, the way that he talks, all these confident bravado that he gives off online. But then when you get IRL, it just doesn't hit the same. The same flirtatious nature, a lot of the same frame maxing and mogging gimmicks, they just don't hit. And that France trip made him...
That shit's not gonna work because, one, he's in a different country. They speak a different language. They talk to women differently. The game is different. It's like when you play a game and then you switch the shit to Spanish. Like, yeah, you playing the game, but you playing it in a whole different server, bro. Like, you're not gonna do the same thing. You should stay to America. You should really stay to English-speaking countries, because, you know, it would be a lot easier for him to get hoes that way. But if he's going to fucking France and Germany and shit, that they ain't gonna fuck with you, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You eat fucking Whoppers without fucking cheese. Like, what are you talking about?
So bad that he decided that he was going to stage a makeup trip. In a topic matter that I didn't cover, he actually went over to Israel and used some Israeli propagandist artists to make himself look good while also propping up.
Out of all the places he could have gone, he goes there. You're going there, bro? That isn't exactly a PR paradise. You should have gone to Japan or something.
And the internet saw right through it. And now, yet again, in an incident where he's getting choked out without his security, we even have people like Sneeko, who did disassociate with him over that Israel nonsense. I mean, those videos were extremely, extremely cringy. But now Sneeko, who has been a victim of somebody publicly attacking him, you know, just randomly, is now clowning him because of how silly Clavicular looks based off of the things that he says and in the life that he ultimately lives.
Clavicular got in some fight, then he was pinned down for like 10 minutes. And this is from a week ago when he went on, well, I think a couple days ago, he's on the Piers Morgan show, and he says, I went to Israel, but I'm not going to go to Gaza because they're the losers. They're losers, so I'm going to be twerking in Tel Aviv. Well, based off that logic, I think we should side with that Tony Soprano guy, that balding chud who pinned you down for 10 minutes. Based off that logic, if we're going to side with the winner, that's the new look. He frame mogged you. He got frame mogged by the bald Gen X chud. It's over. I mean, that's your logic, right? Side with the victor. And his friend Drago was trying to stop it. I mean, it's like W friend, but it's just looking humiliating. I wanted to see the best in Clavicular, but when he started saying that, when he did an Israeli propaganda tour, it's like, I can't be friends with you, all right? Use his logic against him. He wants to ascend. He says he's not a political guy. He says that he is just trying to make money. I'm money maxing. Okay, so then you're going to side with the victor. Then when you get beat up by Tony Soprano, I'm going to go side with Tony Soprano because he's the winner and you're the loser. That's your own logic. By your logic, you are the loser that we should not pay attention to. We want to ascend. You got frame mogged by Tony Soprano. Your ideology's demonic.
When Sneeko's right, Sneeko is kind of right. So it's an all-encompassing thing as to why people are making fun of Clavicular in 2026 and not not looking at him as the next it guy anymore. When he's had to leave behind that desk, when he's had to touch the streets and really put to test all of the things that he's been preaching over the internet for the past couple of years, it's been falling apart rapidly. Going to France, the place where beauty and fashion are supposed to thrive, and they don't accept you. And then when they don't accept you, you going back to the internet giving a bunch of excuses as to why your nonsense doesn't work, as opposed to taking accountability. And then going as far as setting up these fake praise tours in these countries that are political, even though you said you weren't. And now you are in Miami being put on your neck by somebody who is much, much, much older than you. He looks to be like pushing 60, right? And you're supposed to be this peak guy at this moment. It's just ultimately not looking good. And your response to all of that is, hey man, it's hard to wrestle when you have 3 inches inside of you. And then also I have to beef up my security because now I'm under attack. Mind you, he was the one who started this whole situation by putting his hands on that guy's face and then not just settling it with words. Like oh my gosh, the lack of accountability for your actions are so loud. It's actually deafening my left ear. And so now the conversation has shifted less about the altercation in and of itself and more about how people are perceiving Clavicular. Ultimately, the Miami fight didn't become viral because fights are rare on the internet. It became viral because it reinforced an image that many viewers are starting to have of Clavicular. They think he's soft. They think he lacks accountability. They think that his online persona and his IR.
You know what? People are gonna try him more now because of this shit. They're gonna end up trying him more. Because once the internet finds out you ain't really standing on shit, except fucking height inserts, they're gonna keep coming, bro.
Persona are two different people who don't really coexist in this world. And so by the time the citizen's arrest footage surfaced, people weren't just judging a singular incident. They were adding it to a growing list, and I do mean growing list, of moments that in their eyes kept ending the exact same way. Clavicular ending up on his real or proverbial neck in the eyes of the audience.